At the crossroads of history and mystery, there lies a forgotten era. Ancient civilizations that thrived before a massive flood reshaped the earth. These lost societies hold untold secrets about our origins, hidden in the shadows of time. In this video, we dive deep into the mysteries of the pre-diluvian world, revealing a past erased by the Great Flood. Our planet has existed for an astonishing 4.5 billion years, but civilization, as we know it, is said to have only emerged around 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. That's what modern scholars claim. Yet when you take a closer look at the Earth's ancient past, things don't quite add up. Geological records show that around 12,000 years ago, there were cataclysmic weather patterns, disasters so massive that countless myths around the world refer to them. The Great Flood, the end of everything, a time of total chaos that wiped out life as we knew it. But scattered across the world, we find ancient wonders that seem far too advanced for the timeline we're given. Sites like Göbekli Tepe, the Giza Plateau, Easter Island, these places hold mysteries carved in stone, and not just any stones. Massive stones weighing over 30 tons. Structures so precise, they defy our understanding of ancient technology. So if civilization is only 6,000 years old, then who exactly built these colossal monuments in an era we know almost nothing about? And more importantly, what were they trying to tell us? What secrets were they encoding about our place in the universe? As we turn to science for answers, we realize something unsettling.
Science is a living body of information that's not static, it's not fixed. It's designed to be constantly updated when new discoveries come to light.
The rules of physics, the very foundation of how we understand the world, seem to have been mastered long before we came along. Science itself evolves with new discoveries, and what we're finding now, new evidence, new stories, doesn't match the old narrative. The idea that civilization started with primitive villages and slowly, steadily evolved into modern cities. That story is falling apart. The evidence suggests something different, something far more complex. A story where the rise of human civilization isn't a straight line, but a cycle, with peaks of incredible knowledge lost to time. Cultures across the globe share this tale, and it might just hold the key to unlocking our true history. So, when we talk about pre-diluvian times or antediluvian times, before the flood, what we're really referring to is a world before the catastrophe. And when you dive deeper into these ancient myths, two distinct flood narratives emerge. The first tells of a dark age, an early period where the world is devastated by a flood and a new golden age is born. In this version, survivors escape the cataclysm, often accompanied by wise sages, like the Apkallu of Sumerian myth, who bring knowledge and expertise to rebuild civilization. In contrast, the more familiar Noah story, as told in the Bible, focuses on a flood sent to cleanse the world of wickedness. While Noah's family survives, the seven sages are nowhere to be found. The idea that civilization is cyclical rather than linear is a common thread running through many of these ancient stories. Civilizations rise, thrive for about 5,000 years, and then fall. What's striking is the continuity of knowledge that seems to survive from one cycle to the next. Even though the world changes, something remains. Wisdom that carries over, almost like a hidden blueprint for survival. Take the Mayans, for instance. They divided a 26,000-year precession of the equinoxes into 5 cycles of about 5,125 years each. At the start of each new cycle, something significant happens. Whether it's a natural disaster or a societal collapse, these events reset civilization. And it's not just floods. Ancient texts from Egypt to Plato's stories of Atlantis describe destruction by fire, heat, and other catastrophic forces. Evidence of these events is etched into the very stones of ancient megalithic structures, Whether in Egypt, Peru, or Turkey, these massive monuments show signs of vitrification. Granite and quartz blocks melted by temperatures exceeding 2,000 degrees. Such extreme heat points to events far beyond anything we typically associate with human history. This leads researchers to question what drives these cycles. Could there be a cosmic, climatic, or geological phenomenon behind it all? Every 5,125 years, something happens, resetting the course of humanity. New discoveries are now pushing back the timeline of civilization even further, revealing ancient cultures that existed well before the 5,000-year mark we once thought was the beginning. Starting in the early 20th century, scientists have been drilling deep into the ice of our polar regions, searching for answers frozen in time. Between 1989 and 1995, the Greenland Ice Core project gave us a glimpse into the Earth's climate over the last 100,000 years. But they didn't stop there. In 1998, researchers in East Antarctica made an even bigger discovery, a core that stretched back 420,000 years. Then, in 2017, an ice core from Antarctica's Allen Hills shattered records, revealing ice that had been trapped for 2.7 million years. These discoveries are more than just old ice. They are keys to understanding Earth's ancient climate cycles, spanning epochs and revealing long-lost secrets. Scientists break these periods into epochs, starting with the Pliocene, which began 2.8 million years ago when massive ice sheets covered much of North America, Greenland, and Northern Europe. This frozen world lasted until around 11,500 years ago, when the ice finally retreated, giving way to our current epoch, the Holocene. But the shift from one epoch to the next wasn't smooth. It never is. There's always a mysterious transition, a turbulent phase between the old and the new. And it's here that the real mystery lies. What happened to Earth and the civilizations living here during the period between 12,800 and 11,600 years ago? This stretch of time is known as the Younger Dryas, a name derived from a cold-weather plant called Dryas, found only in certain frigid climates. Evidence shows the Younger Dryas affected not just Greenland, but also North America and Northern Europe, bringing extreme cold at a time when the world was supposed to be warming up. During the late Pleistocene, when the Ice Age peaked around 20,000 years ago, temperatures began to rise, slowly melting the massive ice sheets. But then, just as quickly as the world began to warm, something unimaginable happened. Temperatures plummeted again by a staggering 5 degrees Celsius, plunging the Northern Hemisphere back into a deep freeze for another 1,200 years. The more we study this era, the more mysteries we uncover. Erosion patterns around the Sphinx in Giza tell us that water once flowed in a place that's now dry desert. From the pyramids to the temples, we find clues that these ancient cultures understood something far beyond our grasp. They built with a purpose that still eludes us. But one thing is becoming clear: they were built long before the Great Flood. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more dives into the mysteries of our ancient past. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.